Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at a video bar certified for Microsoft Teams and separately certified for Microsoft Teams rooms as a whiteboard content capture camera. This device is actually both devices in one. It's also certified for Zoom and Zoom rooms. We are talking about the Jabra Panacast 50. The Panacast 50 provides a unique 180-degree field of view, stitching together a panoramic 4K view of every participant and every angle within the room. It's also got onboard microphones and speakers that we'll talk about in a bit more in a minute here, as well as onboard AI to do a number of those advanced capabilities that we're used to seeing in rooms these days, like people counting and framing, etc. In this video, we'll take a look at the components that come with the Panacast 50. We'll do an overview of the device itself, taking a look at it up close at all angles, and then we'll take a look at setting it up using the software from Jabra, and finally, a demo of using the device in a Microsoft Teams meeting using some of those advanced features and settings that we set up in the setup portion of the video. Let's dig in. The Panacast 50 comes with, obviously, the Panacast 50 itself. That is our video bar right at the top of the screen here. We've got our power supply with the power cable. And then we've got our USB-A to USB-C cable right here. And finally, it comes with this wall mount bracket. Now, optionally, you can get a table stand or a TV mount for the Panacast 50 for additional mounting options as well.
The Panacast 50 features 8 professional-grade microphones and has 4 different speakers, 2 of them being 50mm woofers and 2 20mm tweeters. It has 3 13-megapixel cameras stitching together a panoramic 4K 180-degree horizontal field of view with a vertical field of view of 54 degrees. There are 2 video modes, the Intelligent Zoom, which autofocuses on groups and auto-frames to the group, and then Virtual Director, which performs a speaker tracking functionality.
Taking a look at the back side of the Panacast 50, we've obviously got the portion of the tilting mechanism here that will connect to whatever mount we're using. In our case, we're going to use the included wall mount. And then right on the inside here, we've got an Ethernet port right there. We've got our USB-C port beside it to the left. We've got the power right up to the upper left, an aux in port, and finally a reset button right inside of that hole there. Right at the very top here, there is a Bluetooth button for Bluetooth pairing as well.
So you can see that we've got the Jabra Direct software installed on this machine, and we have plugged in the Panacast 50 to a power source, plugged in the USB-C end to the Jabra Panacast 50, and then the USB-A end to our laptop, and Jabra Direct has now detected it. We can see that an update has been detected for it. It's going to auto update in 1 minute and 23 seconds here. But you know what? We're going to skip that little wait and just say update now. We come on over to the device. We can see that we've got, our software for Jabra Direct is up to date. I just installed it. But we've got the Panacast 50 here. So we say update. Gives us a little bit of information here about it. And we're just going to say update now. We're not going to postpone. And of course, for the Captain Obvious statement there, keep the device connected while you're updating. Not doing so, as you might imagine, would lead to not so great things, as in the update not working because the device is not connected. So there you go. And while we update the Panacast 50, we can see that it's going through a couple different cycles. We had a slow purple blinking LED on the front of the cameras. And now we've got a fast blinking LED as the update progresses. And there we go. Our update is completed. We will say OK. We see that we are at 3.4.0, which as of the time of this recording is current. So let's take a little bit of what we can do with the Panacast 50. We come on over to Device and Jabra Direct, and we click on it. We've got our quick startup guide, and you know what? We're just going to say start because this is kind of an intro video, right? So we want to get the tutorial here. We're going to name the device, and I'm going to leave the default here, but you can get creative or name it the name of whatever the room is, or you get the point. Figure something out that makes sense for the room. Are you using Jabra Express? So this enables your mass deployment, device management, usage tracking for your company's Jabra devices. Obviously, in an enterprise environment, that's going to be recommended if you are not doing some other device management solution, or maybe this is a part of that solution. In our case, we're just getting this thing set up for here at home, so no, we do not have Jabra Express. And do we want to use password protection? So we can create a password to restrict access to the general and camera settings of Jabra Direct. So no one else can walk into the room, connect their laptop, and make changes. Probably a good idea in the enterprise, but again, here at home, we're going to say no. Quick startup complete, so we will just say close. We can close and register, but we are not going to do so. Then we've got our camera controller and our settings. We've got soft phones in here, Microsoft Skype for Business and Microsoft Teams. We're not using this as a phone in this video, but good to know that those are there. Coming over to our camera control, we've got whiteboard view, and right now I've got this thing looking up at the ceiling. It's pointed right up at the ceiling, got that nice wide 180-degree field of view. But we have a whiteboard view and an intelligent zoom. So as we unpackage that a bit, we click on the three dots here, whiteboard view setup. This will open up a window. It should be searching for a whiteboard. We do not have a whiteboard in here. You'll capture all the borders of it to define where the whiteboard are, and you will say, that's my whiteboard, and now it knows what your whiteboard setup is. Since we don't have a whiteboard in this video, we'll do that in some other video. We won't bother with that, but just so you know what that's there for. Clicking on the three dots for our intelligent zoom, which is turned on, we can see we've got automatic zoom modes, virtual director, or intelligent zoom. It's got intelligent zoom selected by default, so we can change that to virtual director if we needed to. The automatic zoom speed, it's plopped us right in the middle at medium, but you can speed that up or slow that down. If we want to know a little bit more about these, we see that virtual director is going to react to and focus on the person speaking. So if we want something that is not just framing to a group and we want a little more focus on individual speakers as they speak and as that focus changes, that's what the virtual director will do, kind of your speaker tracking, if you will. Whereas intelligent zoom, it just does the dynamic zooming, panning, tilting, etc. of the camera to make sure that all visible people in the room are captured, again, in a 180-degree field of view. So people sitting off to the sides, right against the wall, are still going to be captured. We'll go ahead and leave it on the setting that it is for now. Here we can see that if we zoom in, we zoom out, we've got presets that we can set. We can pan over to the side if we zoom in, then we can do our panning, tilting, zooming, etc. So if we want to reset, we just reset it back to the default view. And then our image quality. We have all these different things in here that you can modify and change if you know what you're doing with them. If you do not, if you're not accustomed to changing brightness, contrast, sharpness, probably leave that stuff alone. That's just my opinion there on that. So there you go. Those are our camera controls. And now that I think about it, I am actually going to change this to the virtual director. And we'll do a quick demo of having the individual people that are speaking in the room focused in on instead. Stay tuned for that. And that was our camera controller. Let's go over to settings. And within the settings, we've got some stuff under general. Again, our device name, password protection. We skipped all that. Bluetooth low energy enabled. If you want to mess with that, go for it. Jabra Express Ethernet connection. So if we're using Jabra Express, then that is going to be required to manage the device using Jabra Express. We're not using Ethernet or Jabra Express for that purpose, so we'll leave that alone at the moment. Notifications and feedback. So if we want to enable audio notifications and audio feedback from the device, we can leave that on, otherwise turn it off. Safety capacity, letting us know when there's too many people in the room. It's off right now. We're going to turn that on. And then you've got all these different people in here to where it's going to say, hey, you know, here's what we're going to do to notify people about safety. For our safety capacity limit, it's at 0 people, which pretty much means as many people as you want is going to be okay. We're going to set this to 2, and we'll see what happens when we get 3 people in the room. Coming over to our camera, we've got the whiteboard view set up. We already took a look at what that looks like in camera control. We're going to leave that alone for this video. That's out of scope, but keep in mind, this certified device for Teams is certified as both your in-room Microsoft Teams Rooms camera as well as your in-room whiteboard content capture camera in the same device at the same time, dual streams, pretty cool. That's where you'd set that up. Your whiteboard sharing mode, you've got in main camera view or in separate content camera view. Contrast enhancement. So this is where you can let it do a little bit of the magic to where the Panacast 50 itself will help do some of the cleanup of the whiteboard and contrast things rather than leaving it up to the team's client. We can also choose when the device will revert back to its default settings for pan, tilt, zoom. And you got a couple of different choices there: when a new video conference ends or when a new computer connects to the device. Automatic zoom mode, we said a second ago that we wanted virtual director, so we're going to put virtual director in there. And then video transition style. So to select how the camera will transition. Do we want it to be a smooth or immediate cut? We're going to go with smooth. I kind of like that smooth transition, but some people prefer to just skip the transition and cut right to the next view. Automatic zoom type, we've got it to medium. Again, that can be set faster if we need it to. Our presets in here, we're going to leave those alone for now, but you can preset your pan, tilt, zoom settings. Image quality settings, if we change this will again give us another access to all of our different contrast, sharpness. You change that at your own peril, if you will. Video flicker settings in here, field of view, 180 degrees. This is the recommended view, and it is unique to Jabra. We can change this down, though, to 90 degree, 120, or 140 degree. And then video stitching. As you noticed on the camera, there are 3 separate cameras, and the AI on board stitches each of those views together to get that full 180 degree. So we will select the process applied to join the overlapping areas of the video. This will blend will seamlessly merge the images. Hybrid will combine both a dynamic seam and blend. So it's got hybrid selected right now. We'll leave it there, but you could change that to blend. And then we got all our product info, right? Your device name, firmware versions, part numbers, MAC addresses, certified for Microsoft Teams. Yes, it is certified for Microsoft Teams, and then we can register the device down here. Now we want to save all these things that we just changed. All right, so we'll save those. And it is rebooting now. Once it comes back up, we'll actually be able to start testing out a little bit of what we've done.
And now for the demo portion of the Jabra Panacast 50, we have a Microsoft Teams room set up here. We are in a Microsoft Teams meeting. The Jabra Panacast 50 is the audio and video for the Teams room, and it is a dual setup configuration. You've got the Panacast 50 image on the right screen, and you've got the far end camera on the left screen. We're also recording the far end so that you get the experience of the far end for these demos. Now, what we're going to do is demo the AI Director mode and the Intelligent Zoom mode. I've got 2 additional participants with me, one over on the left, one over on the right, and they are positioned at right about the 100-degree angle. And the room capacity has kicked in and notated that we've got participants on both sides. It realizes, hey, it's not just one person in here. But since we're using the AI Director mode, it is staying primarily focused on me right now because I'm the active speaker. The AI Director tends to follow the speakers around and give you the context of the most recent speakers. So as I turn to participant number 2 and ask if they've got anything to say to the world today, they say,
"Duh, what's up, dog?"
Very bizarre version of, "Duh, what's up, Doc?" And there's participant number 2, our friendly neighborhood dragon. Back to me speaking. Participant number 3, how are you doing today?
"Good, I do today. How are you? Oh, your day is."
That was quite the long dialogue, thank you. I'm doing good. We see that the AI Director has detected you as speaking, put you up on the camera, and now it's back to me because I'm speaking. That was AI Director mode. Now we're going to switch it up to Intelligent Zoom mode and see how it treats this wider angled room in the same scenario. And now we have changed the mode from, I was calling it AI Director, it's Virtual Director. We changed from Virtual Director to the Intelligent Zoom mode. So this is going to be less about the active speaker and more about capturing all the participants in a room. Right now, I'm in the room by myself, so we are nicely framed into just me. But let's go ahead and have participant number 2 and participant number 3 come in the room, and they'll stand right next to me sometime soon here. We got participant number 2, the dragon, walking by. Participant number 3, some guy from Fortnite walking by. And yes, room capacity has been exceeded. We're going to go ahead and put our health and safety protocols on pause for the moment since we're at home. And we've got both participants that have joined me in our meeting room, and the Panacast 50 has adjusted for that. Now what we're going to do is have the participants walk to both sides of the room, the far corners, to get that 180-degree feel. So go to that corner, and then we're going to see that the Panacast 50 is going to use that wide angle to capture every participant, even ones that are all the way at the far end of the room. I think the mask on my Fortnite buddy over here is throwing the camera off just a little bit. Can you say something so that it remembers you're over there?
I need a hot air balloon for breakfast.
Hot air balloon for breakfast for this one. What did you have for breakfast?
That's funny. I did too.
Both my weird Fortnite and dragon children are eating hot air balloons for breakfast, apparently. But yeah, that mask is definitely throwing off the corner. But you see that it did use both mics and the camera to detect the third speaker. We're getting that wide angle. And that is our demo of the intelligent zoom versus virtual director for the active speaker. And there you have it, the Jabra Panacast 50, certified for Microsoft Teams Rooms as both an audio-video device and a whiteboard content capture camera, as well as Zoom and Zoom Rooms. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, stay tuned. Check out the other videos related to the Panacast 50. We'll be doing one on dynamic composition at some point, as well as the whiteboard feature in its own video. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. If you are not yet subscribed, why not? There is a very easy link right down there at the bottom. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and as always, thanks for stopping in. I hope we'll see you back here for the next device overview video.